Hey, what is up, mortals? It is TCCrew here with a new video for you. Welcome to What If Deku Could Copy Quirks Part 14. I just wanted to greet you guys by just saying, sit back and relax, you're in for a treat. So begin.
I swear I will kill you all!
The armor teen shouted, strapped to a chair in a bar.
Really, kid?
The void-like man sighed.
You have been at it for 2 days now.
No, one is going to save you, so shut it!
Shigaraki yelled. He just sat there, wondering when someone would save him, or if anyone would save him at all. Tenya sat there for 2 days straight. Luckily, Kurogiri acted like a parent and kept everyone in check, and even gave him food and water. They weren't a villain, but more of a guardian. Someone the stern boy learned to respect in ways he never thought he would.
When are we going to kill him?
Stain walked through the door with his blade stained in blood.
We need him alive!
The crusty man shouted in response.
Why though?
The hero killer asked.
Because the boss said so.
The mist man replied.
And who is the boss?
Shizomi spat.
Is it Handyman over there? Me.
A stern man announced as the TV in the back turned on.
I'm going to use him to lure in the boy with a copy quirk.
All for one said.
But which one?
Surge asked as he stepped out from the shadows.
Kaminari, how could you?
Pulsar yelled.
Quite easily.
Denki laughed.
What do you mean by which one, boy?
The big boss man asked.
Well, there are 2 students with copy quirks.
The blonde teen replied.
Well, then that means we need more firepower.
All for one announced.
Shigaraki, go find some more villains to join the League of Villains.
Fine.
The crusty man said, leaving the building in search of some more villains. Just as Tomura left, the screen turned off, and everyone went back to doing whatever they wanted. Stain went out hunting wannabe heroes, Kurogiri cleaned the bar, and Kaminari lounged about on his phone. Ida remembered that no one would come after him because Class 1A went on a trip instead of looking for him, causing All Might to die. Tenya's hatred grew stronger.
Are you sure you want to be my sidekick?
Togoda asked.
Yes, I am. Now let's go meet Night-Eye.
Melissa responded. Both Shield and Mirio walked all the way to Mirai's agency. Tintin got many angry stares and random objects thrown at him. The news of him killing a villain went public, and people refused to acknowledge him as a real hero.
Well, we are here now.
Just as Lemillion opened the door, he saw Night-Eye, Bubble Girl, and Centipede standing around a table talking about a villain they are after.
I don't want to deal with you at the moment, but you are still my intern, so I'm going to have to deal with it.
The lanky man announced.
We're after the villain, Dabi.
The centipede-looking man said.
He has been burning almost everyone he has met and is causing a big disturbance.
And we need your help to find him.
The blue girl said.
But what about me?
The blonde girl said.
What can I do?
For starters, you can just stay here and help with the support items, seeing as you're quirkless, correct?
Night-Eye asked.
Well, yes, but I don't want you getting hurt from being out in the open.
Mirio explained.
I will be staying here as well, so don't worry.
Centipede said.
I don't really like the heat, so fire is a no-go.
But I want some action.
Shield said.
What if I make my own hero costume with gadgets?
If you can make your own hero costume, then yes, you can fight by our side.
Night-Eye responded. Shigaraki passed through alleyways with eyes above him, scouting the area for any nuisances. Stain darted left and right over buildings until he found a girl sitting in a corner listening to music.
Hey, you. What are you doing here?
The crusty man asked.
I've been trying to find you for a while.
The girl responded.
I'm a fan of your work and I want to join.
Fascinating. How about you come back to HQ? What is your name?
Shigaraki turned away.
I am Toga.
She jumped up and started to follow him back to the bar.
I!
A deep voice shouted, making Stain dart his head towards the floor.
I know you heard me, and I fancy working with you.
The man walked out of the shadow to reveal himself with burn marks all over his body.
And what if I say no?
The hero killer asked.
I will simply walk into your bar and ask the boss myself.
The burnt man responded.
I am Dobby, by the way. How do you know where the base is?
Shizomi asked.
I have been tracking you, so have a lot of people that idolize you.
Dabi said.
Fine, just follow me to the bar then.
Stain and the burnt chicken nugget walked into the bar with everyone staring at them.
Really? More of you villains?
Ida sighed.
Yes, you hear, wannabe.
Kaminari moaned at him.
I will have my revenge one day!
Tenya yelled as he heated up his engines.
I smell something burning!
The mist villain announced, making all of them look towards Dabi.
What? It isn't me.
The burned man said. Just then the chair burnt off, making an opening for the armored team to run like the wind, dodging blades and flames as he crashed through the door and into the street. The villain stood there in shock, realizing he could do this at any point in time, but waited for recruitments to enter to see the full force of the League of Villains.
Night-Eye.
The blue girl shouted, causing everyone to look in her direction.
I just got called that Dobby is working with Stain.
Well, that's really bad.
The lanky man announced.
Why is that bad, sir?
The blonde girl asked.
Because Stain has been seen working with the LOV.
Mirai responded.
So we could have a massive fight soon?
Tokuda asked.
Yes, and this will be very dangerous, so I advise you to stay cautious.
Centipede Man said.
How dangerous?
Mirio asked.
They had the power to level a city if they wanted to.
Night-Eye responded. The Night-Eye agency phoned up people for some favors to help search for Dabi and the rest of the League of Villains.
Alright, class, we have a few of you going to the Night-Eye agency for some work experience.
Aizawa announced.
What about Ida?
The green-haired boy snapped.
It has been 3 fucking days and we haven't bothered looking for him. Instead, we went on a trip and witnessed All Might's death.
The class became louder, having a go at Shota for letting them do whatever when one of their classmates was missing and they could do nothing to help. Class 1A decided they would rather help themselves to find Ida than help the lanky man.
I'm going out and search for him, so if you want to come, put your hero suits on and follow me.
Gatsuki yelled. The whole class walked out of the school with their costumes on and ready to fight. Aizawa had to inform Principal Nezu that 1A had gone rogue in order to find their classmate.
I will destroy UA and the villains.
Tenya spat.
They are not the true heroes if they just leave me to die.
The armored team began to sound more and more like the person he despised. Pulsar wandered the alleyways of Hosu, fighting lonely heroes and villains, killing them on the spot.
Well, well, well.
The hero killer looked down from the ledge he was sitting on.
Looks like I have competition.
Class 1A were on their way to Hosu to find Tenya when they were stopped at the entrance of the city by the armored team himself.
Looks like I found what I was looking for,
Ida announced.
Come back to UA!
The green-haired boy yelled.
I'm not going back. You didn't even care to look for me.
Pulsar spat.
Oi! You either come back or we will drag you back.
The Pomeranian responded.
Make me, you wannabe heroes!
Just then, Tenya sped through the class, knocking them out one by one.
Solar flare!
Gatsuki yelled, blinding everyone there, including the armored team. Ida spun out, crashing into a building.
Kai-chan, that could have hurt us all!
Izuku said.
Yeah, well it didn't.
The Lao Blonde responded as he watched Tenya slowly get back up.
Not through with you yet!
Pulsar spat as he launched himself at Bakugo, causing him to fall to the floor. The armored team punched Katsuki in the face, causing him to have a nosebleed. Midoriya grabbed the vigilante and tossed him up, making him float in the air. "Let me down!" Tanya yelled.
Sure.
Replica responded by dropping him on the floor, making a hole in the ground where Ida landed. "Shine!" Bakugo shouted as he jumped into the hole, rocketing him back out with a massive explosion.
We're not supposed to kill him, you idiot.
Izuku barked at the loud blonde.
Well, I wanted to kill you.
Ida tried to speak as he fell unconscious.
"See, Deku, the backstabbing murderer wants to kill us. What a surprise!"
Katsuki said as he walked off with Tenya over his shoulder. The class walked back into UA grounds while citizens were shouting at them for bringing a murder into the school. Aizawa was shocked to see that they brought the missing student back in almost one piece. Nezu had to put the school safety barrier up to stop all the civilians from breaking in. For the next few days, nothing really happened. The villains kept planning their attack while UA waited for Tenya to wake up from his coma-like state.
When will he wake up?
The green-haired boy asked.
"He'll wake up when he does,"
The homeless man replied.
How would you know? You're one of the worst heroes ever.
Izuku began to get louder.
I looked up to you like a mentor, the father I never had. But you threw that all away when you sent us to an island instead of looking for our classmate.
"I know, and I hate myself for it, but it's now in the past."
Aizawa said.
But it's something I won't forget, Shota.
The teen walked out to the medical room in rage and agony. The teacher wasn't shocked to see that his student despised him that much. The recovered girl sat around the corner at her desk, listening to the entire thing, ready to report this to the guidance counselor Hound Dog, so he can treat the trauma the kids went through.
"Shigaraki,"
The hero killer said.
"the Tenya kid has been with UA for a while now, and I think he's in a coma."
What makes you say that?
The crusty man asked.
"I keep seeing hospital equipment being taken into the medical room. It's not hard to miss when the building is all windows."
Stain responded. Thank you all for sticking around, and I hope that you enjoyed. Before you leave, we would just like to let you know that We the Celestials has many other channels for your entertainment and viewing purposes. All the information you'll need is right below here in the description, so feel free to check out all the other incredible projects our team creates. Secondly, on behalf of We the Celestials, I'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details will be in the description below. That's all for today's video, so goodbye, and have a divine day. This sponsor is by Skillshare. With the services Skillshare provides, you can get access to many in-depth tutorial videos on basically anything you want to learn. Each class that they have is bound to help you with your creative endeavors. Do you want to learn how to make videos like this one? Do you want to learn how to write scripts or edit audio? Skillshare has you covered. And with our link, you can have a 14-day free trial. So, what are you waiting for? Click the link now and get 14 days worth of classes free. Link in the description below.